What happens when you actually have your dream come true? You stop working, you know? Everybody wishes, don't work. Everybody watches on YouTube all those videos, stop working, don't work, you don't have to work. And everybody is like thinking, oh, it has to be super cool to not work.
Oh, I'm jealous, I want to live her life, I want to live his life.
Because they don't work 9 to 5 and stuff like that. But there's not all unicorns and rainbows in this. And it's also when you stop working, you don't have to, and you have enough money and everything, and you manifest and so on. It becomes a little bit like you will have to be with yourself, and you will have to watch who you are, and you will have to learn and grow all the time. And this is also work, and this is also lifetime work. And
because you're not distracted every day.
Not at all.
5 days a week for 12 hours.
Everybody wants to leave work because they think they will be free. But then you realize, sometimes when I was going through certain phases after I stopped working, I realized that I was much freer in that unknown, unconscious reality which I lived, and I had my schedule and I could say no, and I didn't have to work with so many things.
You have your colleagues, your friends that you meet regularly.
Yeah, everything, and and then you don't have it, and then you have to explain yourself, or you can feel guilty, or you can feel happy, but people will feel a bit weird about you, and you see it and you perceive it. So it's not all like this pink glasses lifestyle.
Or when I used to work some days and I would look outside, wow, it's so beautiful. If I had a day off, or if I wouldn't be working, I would be definitely the entire day outside and going for a hike and enjoying the sun. But then you actually have the opportunity and you're like, oh, I don't really want to go.
Because we were conditioned so much to not do it, then even though you set yourself free and you open the cage door, you are still going to go back to that cage.
You will hold yourself back from it.
Yeah, you will still have open door, but you will not, it will take so much time. You just take a little step out and you come back into the cage, and take 2 steps out and then stay there much longer in that cage, because we are so much programmed to be secure and safe only in this cage, which the society and the programs and the all these things which are implanted into our minds.
I think it's also the distraction part, when you are at work, you are being distracted from your thoughts and your emotions and your life, and also your shadows, which you haven't dealt with, which maybe you should. And when we have the opportunity that we don't have to work and we get to be at home, or we have a day off, we like to also keep ourselves busy and continuously distract ourselves. So we're not distracted by work, but let's be on the computer the entire day, or let's binge watch a Netflix series the entire day. Let's just keep us busy, so we don't have any space where we could be bored, where we could be quiet and actually hear the thoughts that are going on in the background, and maybe transmute them and let them go. Because
it's so uncomfortable for 98% of people on this planet.
Some people can go nuts, and some people really say it.
Yeah.
If I would have to work, I would go absolutely nuts.
If I would have to work?
Stop work.
Yes. So I believe that it's amazing to work because it's better for mental health. And if you are willing to take the step truly to and just taste it how it is not to work, and you think you are going to keep up, you are not. It will be phases. First phase is like 3 months, it's like the euphoria, you can do everything, and then 6 months everybody doesn't have time, people are back to work, it's already after holidays, and summer is over, and you know, then you are figuring out that you don't want to go back to that, but you can't even go forward to that because you are kind of stuck, and then you have to somehow make it work for yourself, and it's not always a super like straightforward path.
You were saying that you think it's maybe better to work for the mental health, but I don't necessarily think that is the case. I think it's just a great excuse to not deal with our mental health.
Yeah,
it is good to have a work because you can really be stabilized and be okay for really long, as long as you have a job. But there are still programs and thoughts and emotions which have not been addressed for too long, and whether you have a job or not, they're there and they need to be acknowledged, they need to be worked through for us to start to live our authentic self and to be free within ourselves. So we don't need just the work, the job as an excuse that enslaves us. It's actually us. That work has to be done either way. It's just having a 9-to-5 job is kind of allowing you to drift much longer without looking at the truth of who you are.
But you don't have to like who you are, because if you would love it, you would just do nothing else than to be with yourself without TV and your Instagram and your other activities on internet, and you would just be with yourself. But I believe like 98% of people, maybe more, in this planet are not comfortable being by themselves, because it's just so boring, it's
and
just unpleasant. Yeah,
that's why we sometimes really don't feel like to do the meditations, because Dr. Joe's guided meditations, they take over an hour, and you have to sit there quietly, not move, keep your eyes closed, and you have all these nasty and annoying thoughts that keep rushing through your mind, and you're just supposed to stay calm and not let yourself be carried away by them. So it can be really uncomfortable to sit with yourself.
Yeah, first 2 years I meditated before, and Raphael also, but then we met together, and first 2 to 3 years I was slamming the door after meditations. I was so much angry that I don't do it well, and whatever my mind sent to me and whatever my body created, whatever dramas, I was really angry in the meditations, and it was because I was angry inside me, and I was just not aware that it's right there somewhere behind all of these programs and must do's and should do's, and then you have meditation, and then you have to deal with yourself and be with yourself, and it's a bit painful.
One of our subscribers, I think Evolving Angels is her name, said something really good, that sometimes you really need to sit in the fire. Like you felt this anger in you when you were doing the meditation, and what we want to do is to sit in this fire, sit in this anger, which is feeling like it's burning you up from inside. But we often just believe to the thought and surrender to the thought, and we get up and we say, meditation is not for me, I can't do this, this is nonsense, and we slam the door. It's a very natural reaction, and the more unpleasant thing to do would be to sit in the fire and to transmute it, to get to the other side of that emotion.
Because that's the fire is us, and we are creating this. We are giving it to ourselves every single day, but we are not even aware if we are having a job, and that's why a lot of people are opening up for this possibility to leave their job, because they know they have to deal with their things. They know they have to transform themselves. That's why they want to leave the job. Not because they don't want to work, but they are asking for much more work, you know? And it's just
that's true.
It's much more work, because you have to be in your own shit, and that's really for the brave ones, I guess.
But we really didn't think about this, that we would experience anything like that when we left the job. We thought it's going to be all easy, and we will have a successful YouTube channel. That was 5 years ago. Only now we managed to even monetize our YouTube channel. And yeah, we'll have a business and super cool, and we'll travel the world and it will be nice. It's after that we learned all these things and all the challenges that come with it. And you know, then you have been all your life, you had an authoritative figure in that was telling you what to do. First your parents, then your teachers, then your boss. And all of a sudden
you could complain about them.
Yes,
you know,
because
it's
they're
really
responsible,
cool.
right?
It's really cool to complain about them.
And all of a sudden you're on your own, and you have never done this. You have never done what you told yourself to do, and you actually have to be your own boss, and you have to hold yourself accountable. Nobody's gonna care what you're doing.
And you know what's funny? After you really don't want to work and you want to be free, you anyways have something in you that wants to contribute, wants to do something meaningful, wants to work, wants to be better, and you are just not going to stop, because this just what if it makes you your soul, if it makes you to want to leave your job and you actually leave your job, then it's just not going to stop you. It's going to wake you up in the night at night. It's going to not be quiet. It will scream much more and more, and it will only want you to contribute, and it will make you to contribute no matter how, because I hear it all the time. That's why we are making at least these videos, and we are also doing other things, but you just will feel much more motivation, and it's just kicking your butt to contribute to your society, to create something better world. It's just these people who want to change from working 9 to 5, they actually want to be better, and they want to change the world.
At first, what we thought after we left our jobs, or what I thought, I'll just speak for me, is that okay, we will have a business so we can make money just for the sake of making money. And it wasn't really the interest in bettering the world or contributing to society at first. And then we manifested some nice amount of money, and we didn't have to work. We had enough money to cover all our expenses, but we started to really feel like this need and this urge to contribute in some way, and like, hey, you know, it would be really wonderful if we could share what we learn, if we could share about our journey so other people can be inspired. When we create products that can make somebody's life happier and better, it really became like an urge in us, because having money, like, you know, if you would win the lottery, that's super fun. You can buy whatever you want, you can have whatever you want,
and then you have to be with yourself anyways.
Yeah, and you have like this, I think it's something very innate in us that we want to contribute to our society in some way.
Make it better around us, not only for us. Yeah. And if you want to do something very cute for your body, which is loving, you can put on these shirts, which is in the back, it says I love you, and in the front it says thank you, and it's for you, for your body, because we are water, and water, when you put signs on it, it creates beautiful crystals, because everything is energy and we are energy. And if we are signing on us I love you, it means we are communicating to our body and to our cells and water in us, I love you, and the love energy is just there. And also, if we are in a store and we will have this shirt on, and somebody will be very sad and somebody will feel down, and they will be behind us on a cashier line, then they will see this and they will be like, oh my gosh, are they kidding me? I feel much better, you know, because I feel this, I see this, I love you. So we made this a little bit fun, but I hope it will also brighten days for some other people.
We also have mugs, so you can charge the water that you're gonna drink.
Okay. And I painted this paint.
Yeah, that's painting from Petra. So check the store, it's shop.petraphael.com, and get yourself some nice shirt or hoodie
and
or
we have
mug.
it also on our shirts.
So that came only a few years later for me, that I really had this feeling, you know, I have the money, but it's kind of boring. I want to do something more.
For me it was, I had a clear idea that I will just stop working and start to sell my online products. And then it was happening, and I was absolutely uncomfortable with selling online products, even though they would help to people. I had very big problem with asking money for it.
Yeah.
I really was thinking that the knowledge is for everybody, and it should be for free. Everything should be for free, like this mental wealth, or how to say it, should be for free, because it's not even mine, and I didn't receive it. I received it because I was blessed, and why would I charge money for these things? And it was a big stopper for me, and I had to reevaluate like how it is going to be managed and how it's going to happen, because yeah.
A lot of people have blocks like, no, I don't want to,
Yeah.
you're selling something? No, don't come close to me.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
trying to protect ourselves from
Yeah.
people that are trying to sell things, and
Yeah.
a lot of people that start their own business, they're usually selling themselves way below their value. But what is it gonna give to a person that you just say, okay, I created this product, but you know what, have it for free because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
deserve it? That person is not gonna appreciate it. If we could go to Dr. Joe Dispenza's retreat for free anytime we want, we wouldn't appreciate it. We would maybe go, but we wouldn't really be present. But if we have to invest
Yeah.
money in it, if we have to invest our time in it, we want to get the most out of it. We appreciate what we are getting, and we really are interested in learning and soaking up as
Yeah.
much as we can.
Because we paid for it, but also
It's our investment, not only money but also energy.
I was also having, for example, puppies, and I would give them for free to people, because if they would promise me they would care for the puppy, then I would be happy. But I had to give it to people who were able to pay for the puppy, because I knew that the puppy needs good food. He has to go, or she has to go in a good settled family. And it's a proof for me, hey, I can handle myself, I can handle this investment, and I can then handle this dog.
And also I feel that this dog is worthy. I love this dog so much. I
Yeah.
want this dog so much. I don't care when I'm paying more.
And it's also for the food which it ate, and all the vet costs, and all the washing machines they were washed for the laundry around puppies and so on. But it's just
It's an energy
at
exchange.
least some contribution, because it wasn't even any money making. But
Yeah.
when I was giving therapies for free, I was spending so long with people, and they were not willing to move from A to B, and they wanted to be in a B, and they never did the decision. Never. You know, because my therapies were for free, and they were spending, I was also in a coaching learning, so they used me because I was certifying as a coach, so I had to have coaches which were for free back in the days. And I realized if people don't pay for a coaching session, they are actually not going to do anything from that coaching session. Because they are just taking
You know what,
it
it's for free,
granted.
why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
I'll just go there.
But they loved it. They loved coaching sessions, but they just used it as a nice time to discuss about their dreams, but they never act on them. But I had one person from all of my coaches which did the change, and he changed his job. He wanted to start his own company. He didn't do that, but he started to at least work somewhere else.
He was really willing to do the work, and he was interested in it.
Yeah.
And for him it was maybe a nice manifestation that it was for free in that moment, and you can still take out the benefit, but we have to learn to market ourselves and to sell our services, it's also not always easy.
So when I had a lady on a therapy and we went through her childhood traumas and so on, once it wasn't coaching, it was more like a therapy, and I spent with her like 4 hours. I was exhausted because she needed that, and she was very slow in processing. Then she left, and her time wasn't yet ready for change. Because people who want to change, they will totally soak as sponge anything what can bring them change. I know it from my experience. I know when I would see any kind of like video like this, I would absolutely watch it, because I know that these people are totally just going to find their way, no matter if they have money, if they don't have money, they will anyways find it everywhere around them. Everything, somebody hands them book, and that book can be the stupidest book, but they will find their inspiration in that book, because they just want to learn and want to transform, and it's going to speak directly to them. So if you want to have answers in your life, if you want to change something in your life and you know exactly what you're changing, that's what we talked about in other videos, when you have to write down what you're changing or your thoughts which you want to change, then you are going to change it. You are ready for it because you already decided that you are uncomfortable with something about you that you need to change, and you will change it because the discomfort is already 50% done. You can't live with it anymore. You just will be so uncomfortable. It's like a unwanted guest anymore in your house, and in your house, which means your body, your aura, your electromagnetic field is your house now, and you're just not welcoming that one there.
It's good that you're watching this video, because it really can give you some perspective what can happen after you quit your job. To come a bit on the floor and a little bit on the ground, and to see, okay, maybe it's not just as cool as I imagine, and I will need to do some work on me. And we would still do it. We would do the same thing again. It's just there are new challenges to come along with it.
So count on them and be open, because if you want to do this step and your soul is craving you to do this step, then you do it, because it's going to bring evolution and transformation which you need for your living here, and it's very worthy to taste something different than still eat the same food every day. Like, you know, I'm artistically expressing. Now she wants attention to no. Look, she's doing it, you know, and she wants to. I have to give her something for this.